The Discovery. Zara Solaris, one of the galaxy's most renowned human relic hunters, carefully made her way through the crumbling ruins of an ancient alien city. The once thriving metropolis, now reduced to decaying remnants, belonged to a civilization lost to the annals of history. Zara's heart raced with anticipation as she navigated the labyrinthine streets, her augmented reality glasses scanning for any signs of valuable artifacts or technology. In a universe where humanity had long since joined the galactic community, the role of relic hunters had become increasingly vital. These intrepid explorers ventured into the uncharted reaches of space, seeking out the forgotten treasures and knowledge of long-dead alien races. Zara, with her unmatched instincts and extensive knowledge of xenorchaeology, stood at the forefront of this dangerous but lucrative profession. As she ducked under a collapsed archway, Zora's glasses pinged with an alert. The sensors had detected an anomalous energy signature emanating from a nearby structure. Intrigued, she cautiously approached the crumbling edifice, its walls etched with intricate glyphs and symbols. Using her suit's enhanced strength, Zora cleared away the rubble blocking the entrance and stepped inside. The interior was surprisingly intact, with rows of advanced computer terminals lining the walls. She quickly set to work, her fingers dancing across the alien interfaces as she attempted to decipher their purpose. Hours passed as Zora delved deeper into the alien database, her mind racing with possibilities. Suddenly, a series of coordinates flashed across the screen, accompanied by a cryptic message in an unknown language. Zara's translation software struggled to make sense of the text, but one phrase stood out: the key to salvation. Excitement surged through Zora's veins as she cross-referenced the coordinates with known star charts. To her astonishment, they pointed to an uncharted planet in a distant, unexplored region of space. She knew immediately that this discovery could be the breakthrough of a lifetime. Zara quickly downloaded the coordinates and all relevant data before making her way back to her ship. As she settled into the cockpit, she sent out a series of encrypted messages to her most trusted contacts, a small group of fellow relic hunters, xenobiologists, and experts in alien technology. "I found something big," she typed, her fingers trembling with anticipation. "Coordinates to an unknown world, possibly linked to an ancient mystery. I need a team. Who's in?" Within minutes, responses flooded in from across the galaxy. Some expressed skepticism, warning Zara of the potential dangers of venturing into uncharted space. Others, however, shared her excitement and eagerly volunteered their skills and resources. Among the replies was a message from Zora's old friend and mentor, Dr. Ren Taluk, a brilliant xenobiologist who had been exploring the far reaches of the galaxy for decades. "Zara, if you're certain about this, count me in," Ren wrote. "I'll bring my research vessel and a hand-picked crew. Send me the coordinates, and we'll rendezvous at the nearest starport." Zara grinned as she fired up her ship's engines, the coordinates already inputted into the navigation system. She knew the journey ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty, but the thrill of discovery drove her forward. As the ship lifted off from the alien world, Zara couldn't help but feel a sense of destiny tugging at her heart. The cryptic message from the alien ruins echoed in her mind. The key to salvation. She didn't know what it meant yet, but she was determined to find out. With a deep breath, Zara engaged the hyperdrive, and the stars streaked into long lines of light as her ship hurtled toward the unknown. The hunt was on, and Zara Solaris was ready to uncover the secrets of the universe, no matter the cost. The stranger. The journey to the uncharted planet was long and arduous, fraught with the perils of deep space travel. Zara and her assembled team, a motley crew of relic hunters, scientists, and adventurers, spent the weeks in transit poring over the limited data they had on their mysterious destination. As they neared the planet, Zara couldn't help but feel a growing sense of unease. The world that greeted them was harsh and uninviting, its surface a patchwork of jagged mountains, deep crevices, and sprawling, lifeless deserts. Scans revealed no signs of current habitation, but the readings were strange. hinting at anomalies that defied explanation. With trepidation, Zara guided her ship to a landing near the coordinates she had uncovered in the alien ruins. As the crew disembarked, they were immediately struck by the oppressive silence that hung over the desolate landscape. The only sounds were the howling of the wind and the crunching of their boots against the rocky ground. Zara divided the team into smaller groups, each tasked with exploring a different sector of the surrounding area. She herself led a team of xenorchaeologists, hoping to uncover any clues about the planet's mysterious past. As they trekked through the barren terrain, Zara's team stumbled upon something extraordinary: the remains of an ancient alien civilization, far older than any previously discovered. The ruins were unlike anything they had ever seen, with towering structures that seemed to defy the laws of physics and technology that was almost incomprehensible in its complexity. Zara's mind raced with possibilities as they explored the ruins, documenting everything they found with meticulous care. The architecture was strangely familiar, almost reminiscent of the ruins where she had first discovered the coordinates. Could there be a connection between the two civilizations? As the sun began to set on the alien world, Zara's team set up camp within the ruins. Huddled around a flickering holographic fire, they excitedly discussed their findings and theories late into the night. It was during one of these conversations that Zara first saw the stranger. Out of the corner of her eye, she caught a glimpse of a cloaked figure standing at the edge of the camp, silhouetted against the starry sky. When she turned to look directly at the figure, it vanished, as if it had never been there at all. Zara was unsettled by the encounter, but tried to dismiss it as a trick of the light or a product of her exhausted mind. However, over the next few days, as they continued their exploration of the ruins, she found herself catching fleeting glimpses of the cloaked figure more and more frequently. One evening, as Zara wandered alone through the ancient streets, she turned a corner and found herself face to face with the stranger. Up close, she could see that the figure was humanoid, but its features were obscured by a deep hood and a strange, shimmering veil. For a long moment, they stood in silence, sizing each other up. Zara's hand instinctively went to the pulse pistol at her hip, but something about the stranger's demeanor made her hesitate. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice steady despite the pounding of her heart. The stranger tilted its head, as if considering the question. Then, in a voice that seemed to echo from the depths of time, it spoke. "I am the last of my kind," the stranger said. "And you, Zara Solaris, are the key to unlocking the secrets of this place." Before Zara could respond, the stranger turned and vanished into the shadows, leaving her alone with a million unanswered questions and a growing sense that her discovery was far more significant than she had ever imagined. Secrets of the past. Zara's mind reeled from her encounter with the mysterious stranger. She couldn't shake the feeling that the cloaked figure knew far more about the ancient ruins and their purpose than anyone else on her team. Determined to uncover the truth, she threw herself into the exploration with renewed vigor. As they delved deeper into the ruins, Zara and her team made a startling discovery: a hidden underground complex, vast in scale and filled with technology that was far beyond anything they had ever encountered. The complex was a labyrinth of interconnected chambers, each one housing strange machines and devices that hummed with an eerie, pulsating energy. Zara moved through the complex with a sense of growing wonder, her eyes wide as she took in the incredible sights before her. She couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the sheer scale of the technology that surrounded her. It was clear that the alien civilization that had built this place was far more advanced than any she had ever encountered. As they explored further, however, it became apparent that something had gone terribly wrong. Many of the machines were damaged or defunct, their once gleaming surfaces now dull and lifeless. It was as if the complex had been abandoned in a hurry, its inhabitants leaving behind everything they had worked so hard to create. Zara's team worked tirelessly to decipher the purpose of the complex, but the answers remained elusive. It wasn't until Zara stumbled upon a still-functioning computer terminal that they finally began to unravel the secrets of the past. The terminal was unlike anything Zora had ever seen, with a holographic interface that responded to her touch as if it were alive. As she delved into its depths, she discovered a vast trove of information, the recorded history of the alien civilization that had built the complex. What she found was both incredible and terrifying. The aliens, it seemed, had been a technologically advanced race, with abilities that far surpassed anything humanity had achieved. They had spread across the stars, colonizing countless worlds and creating wonders beyond imagination. But their greatest achievement had also been their downfall. The record spoke of a terrible warning, a prophecy of a coming darkness that would consume the galaxy. The aliens had worked tirelessly to find a way to stop this threat, pouring all of their resources into the creation of a powerful weapon that could turn the tide of the coming war. As Zara read on, her heart raced with a growing sense of dread. The weapon the aliens had created was like nothing she had ever heard of, a device that could harness the very fabric of space and time itself. But before they could complete their work, disaster struck. The records ended abruptly, leaving Zara with more questions than answers. What had happened to the alien civilization? Had they been wiped out by the coming darkness they had feared so much? And what had become of their unfinished weapon? Lost in thought, Zora almost didn't notice the sudden appearance of the cloaked stranger. She whirled around, her hand instinctively reaching for her weapon, but the figure held up a hand in a gesture of peace. "You have begun to uncover the truth," the stranger said, its voice echoing through the chamber. "But there is still much you do not know." Zara's eyes narrowed. "Who are you?" she demanded. "And what do you know about this place?" The stranger reached up and slowly lowered its hood, revealing a face that was startlingly human in appearance. But there was something ancient and timeless about its features, as if it had seen the rise and fall of countless civilizations. "I am the last survivor of the race that built this complex," the stranger said. "And I have been waiting for someone like you to come, Zara Solaris. For you are the key to completing the work that my people began so long ago." Zara's mind raced with the implications of the stranger's words. She knew that she was standing on the brink of a discovery that could change the course of history itself. And with the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, she knew that she had no choice but to see it through to the end. The pending threat. Zara stared at the stranger in disbelief, her mind reeling from the revelation that he was the last survivor of the ancient alien civilization. The weight of his words hung heavy in the air, the implications almost too vast to comprehend. "What do you mean, I'm the key?" Zara asked, her voice trembling slightly. "How could I possibly be connected to any of this?" The stranger regarded her with ancient, knowing eyes. "Your people, the humans, are more closely tied to the fate of the galaxy than you realize," he said. "But to understand why, you must first know the true nature of the threat we face." With a wave of his hand, the stranger activated a hidden holographic projector, filling the chamber with a dazzling array of stars and planets. Zara watched in awe as the projection zoomed out, revealing the vast expanse of the galaxy itself. "Long ago, my people encountered a hostile machine intelligence, far more advanced than anything we had ever seen," the stranger explained. "It swept through our galaxy like a plague, consuming every civilization it encountered, assimilating their technology and knowledge into its own." Zara's heart raced as she watched the projection, the scale of the threat almost too vast to comprehend. She saw entire star systems winking out of existence, consumed by a relentless tide of machines. "We fought back with everything we had," the stranger continued, "but it was like trying to hold back the tide. In the end, we were forced to flee, scattering across the stars in a desperate attempt to survive." The projection shifted, focusing on the complex around them. "This place was our last hope," the stranger said, "a hidden sanctuary where we could pool our knowledge and resources, working tirelessly to find a way to stop the machines." Zara's mind raced with the implications of the stranger's words. "The weapon," she breathed. "The one mentioned in the records. You were trying to create something that could stop the machines." The stranger nodded. "Yes. a device that could harness the very fabric of the universe itself, turning it against our enemy. But before we could complete our work, the machines found us once again. We were forced to abandon the project, fleeing into the depths of space. The projection faded, leaving them standing in the dimly lit chamber once more. The stranger turned to Zara, his eyes blazing with intensity. "But the threat is not gone," he said. "The machines are still out there, searching for new worlds to consume. And now, they have turned their attention to your galaxy." Zara felt a chill run down her spine. The thought of the machine intelligence, vast and implacable, sweeping through the Milky Way like a plague was almost too terrifying to contemplate. "But what can we do?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "If your people couldn't stop them, what chance do we have?" The stranger placed a hand on her shoulder, his touch surprisingly gentle for someone so ancient and powerful. "You have something we did not," he said. "The key to completing the weapon lies within your very DNA. Somewhere in the distant past, your ancestors and mine were one and the same. The knowledge and power to stop the machines is a part of you, waiting to be unlocked." Zara's mind reeled with the revelation. She had always known that humans were relative newcomers to the galactic stage, their history and origins shrouded in mystery. But to learn that they were somehow connected to an ancient alien civilization, one that had faced a threat beyond imagining. "What do I need to do?" she asked, her voice steady with determination. The stranger smiled. "You must return to your people," he said. "Warn them of the coming danger, and gather those with the knowledge and skills to complete the weapon. Only together can we hope to stand against the machines and save the galaxy from their grasp." Zara nodded, her mind already racing with plans and possibilities. She knew that the road ahead would be long and treacherous, fraught with dangers she could scarcely imagine. But with the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, she knew that she had no choice but to see it through. Legacy of Earth. Zara's return to the galactic community was met with a mixture of disbelief and fear. The news of the impending machine threat sent shockwaves through the various alien civilizations, many of whom had long considered themselves safe from such existential dangers. But Zara was not deterred. Armed with the knowledge and purpose given to her by the ancient stranger, she set about gathering a team of the galaxy's brightest minds, scientists, engineers, and warriors from a dozen different species, all united in their determination to stop the machines. As they worked tirelessly to unravel the secrets locked within Zara's DNA, a picture began to emerge of the true history of the galaxy. The ancient alien civilization that had created the unfinished weapon was not, as had long been believed, a separate species from humanity. Instead, they were the distant ancestors of the human race, an offshoot that had left Earth in the primordial past to explore the stars. Over countless millennia, they had evolved and changed, becoming something new and strange, but the connection remained. And now, with the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, it fell to their descendants to finish the work they had started so long ago. Under Zara's leadership, the team made rapid progress. Using the knowledge gleaned from the ancient ruins and the cutting-edge technology of the galactic community, they worked to construct a weapon capable of stopping the machine threat once and for all. But time was running out. Reports began to filter in of strange anomalies on the fringes of the galaxy, of entire star systems going dark without warning. The machines were on the move, and they were getting closer every day. As the final pieces of the weapon fell into place, Zara couldn't help but reflect on the strange twists of fate that had brought her to this moment. A simple relic hunter, born on a backwater planet, now stood at the center of a galactic crisis, the key to the survival of countless billions. And yet, as she looked around at the faces of her team, the brave men and women who had sacrificed so much to stand with her, she knew that she was not alone. They were all in this together, bound by a common purpose and a shared determination to protect the galaxy they called home. In the end, it was Zara who took the final step. With the weapon primed and ready, she stood before the assembled leaders of the galactic community, her voice ringing out with a clarity and strength she had never known before. "Today, we stand on the brink of annihilation," she said. "A threat beyond imagining, born in the depths of time, seeks to consume us all. But we will not go quietly into the darkness. We will fight, with every ounce of strength and courage we possess, to defend our homes, our families, and our way of life." As she spoke, Zora could feel the weight of history upon her shoulders, the countless generations of her ancestors who had fought and struggled and sacrificed to bring her to this moment. "And though the road ahead may be long and hard," she continued, "we will not falter. For we are the inheritors of a legacy that stretches back to the very dawn of time, a legacy of courage, of determination, and of the unbreakable spirit of the human race." With those words, Zora activated the weapon, and a blinding light filled the sky. Across the galaxy, the machines shuddered and faltered, their relentless advance halted by a power they could not comprehend. And as the light faded, Zora knew that the fight was far from over. The machines would adapt and evolve, seeking new ways to achieve their terrible purpose. But she also knew that the galaxy would never be the same. For in the face of the greatest threat they had ever known, the disparate species of the galaxy had come together as one. And though the future was uncertain, Zara knew that as long as they stood together, there was nothing they could not achieve. The legacy of Earth, the birthplace of the human race, would live on, not just in the weapon they had created, but in the bonds of friendship and unity that would carry them forward into the stars.